Hi travelers, Tara here. This is an open reading. I know I'm a day behind. Uh, I was out night fishing with a friend of mine the other night and came home, caught about 2 in the morning, went to bed for a little while, got up to do some work on the website, and there's something wrong with the website. I'm not exactly sure what's happening. I know there was a couple of upgrades. Um, I'm in the back end looking at things. There's some things that are no longer there. And I'm not exactly sure how that's going to look once I go back live. So I'm working with the host company. We can't seem to figure out. I've lost the backups. I don't know what the hell's going on. But anyway, it's going to be more like a pick your battle. So if there's some things that are no longer there, I hope that some of you guys may have downloaded because I don't know what's what once it goes live. I do have copies of certain things, but there are probably going to be some articles and stuff that are no longer available. And don't ask me, I didn't keep copies of those. I just on the fly, just kind of wrote them out. So just kind of bear with me. I hope to be back up and running. I still have to complete an Akashic Records reading, type that up, and I hope to be back up and running by, I don't even know what today is. Is it Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday? I don't even know. By Thursday, Friday at the latest. So if you might be interested in a personal reading, contact me through private messaging on YouTube. I know I have the comments turned off, but just contact me through the messaging system. I will check that, or you can join the Facebook group. You can contact me there, Tumblr, Twitter, LinkedIn. All of that information and those links are in the About box section of my channel. I am just one person, and I do all of the maintenance pretty much myself on the website, so I do ask that you bear with me during this time. We're going to go ahead and do a general reading. We had the Jupiter direct station. It's moving now. Now, in a few days, on the 16th, in 3 days, Neptune will go retrograde. And Neptune's kind of funny. Sometimes when he goes retrograde, whatever foggy things or things that haven't been clear to you, when he goes retrograde, the fog kind of lifts a little bit and you're able to see things that maybe you might have been missing. But sometimes, even still, the more you try to get to the truth, the more elusive it becomes. So this is about, I would suggest that whatever you're dealing with, try to put in some boundaries, some rules, and some regulations. Stay close to the coastline. Don't swim out too far. Just think things through. So we're going to go ahead and do this reading. It is general, so the messages will not resonate with everyone. Please try to take what you can and disregard what you cannot. This will apply whether we are male, female, same-sex, or heterosexual, depending on what comes out. We shall see. I do have the, Levita Sibila here for clarification, and then I will close the reading out with a, what do you call it? Angel Answer card and a Heart Oracle Tarot. There we go. Okay. So let's just see here. 9 of Cups, 6 of Swords, and the Lovers. Well, now that ain't an opening salvo. The 2 of Cups, the Knight of Cups. Wow, and the Page of Cups. Well, well, well. The Ace of Coins. The 8 of Swords. Well, we always have to be one stinking card to mess up everything. And the Justice card. Well. And underneath the deck, we have the Emperor. Okay. So let's see. In the actual spread itself, first of all, welcome new subscribers, and you diehard subbies that have been with me since I started this. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Now, for those of you who don't know much about the tarot, it's divided into 2 groups, and what we have are the major arcana cards, and these are our cards like the Lovers and Justice, and of course the Emperor. And then everything else is the pip cup cards. So they are our numbered cards. 9 of Cups, 6 of Swords, 2 of Cups. They include our court cards, which are the Knights, Kings, Queens, and Pages, and our Aces. And then we have this 8 of Swords here. Now, the major arcana are spiritual lessons, okay? And the only way that we as humans, we can effectively, there's a lot of cup energy here, that we can effectively learn our lessons and attain any type of spiritual growth is through the earthly plane. So this is the, working, loving, living, enjoyment, those things. The Lovers and the Justice card. These are two, I don't know what to kind of say about those, but the Lover's card is the energy of trying to decide between head and heart. It can also be a card about temptation. So sometimes this can be about a third party perhaps coming in. And sometimes, if not a third party, it can be a situation which kind of divides or separates two people. That can be the situation of not knowing if somebody is really the right person for you or not. Yeah? Okay. The Justice card here says that there's a theme of 2 here. I have the 2 lovers here. I have the 2 people in the 2 of Cups. And then I have the Justice card who has the scales, the balance. Libra, this card represents Libra. And Libra is ruled by Venus. She co-rules 2 signs, Venus does. She rules both Taurus and Libra. But this is the Libra card. And Libra is can be indecisive, but diplomatic, kind of respectful of other people's opinions. But it is concerned mostly with finding the fairness and the balance in situations. Okay? And recognizing at some point in time that sometimes things are adjudicated where we may not get exactly what we want. But learning that perhaps is the best decision for it all. Why? Because maybe if it's a conflict that we're in, guess what? Once it's over, it's over. Okay? So sometimes it's about taking our lumps, and then deciding to move on from those things. I hope I'm making some sense. Now, I have 2 6s here. And the one interpretation of 2 6s is justifiable faith in your partner. Let me look at the other one. Make sure that's right. But it could also speak to issues surrounding equality may affect the relationship. There's that. No balance. Inequality. Now, I am most definitely looking at a relationship here. The cards are read past, present, future, past, present, and future. For some of you, this may have already occurred. For others of you, you may be in the thick of it right now. For the rest of you, it may be coming up. For those of you who, and we can, relationship. This is not just a romantic relationship. I would say in one sense, yes, it is. Looking at the profusion of cards, it's more heavily weighted towards the cups. Some real emotion behind this. But not everybody is interested in partnering up in that manner. So this could also be about a familial relationship, a friendship, a business partnership, okay? I have known some business partnerships where people have been in business together for 35 years together, and that's like a marriage, okay? It's been longer than most marriages I know that have existed. So what I'm looking at across this past, something that you have really wanted and that you have really put your heart into has manifested itself. Okay? The 9 of Cups represents the energy of Jupiter in Pisces. Jupiter is the grand benefic, and he is the guy that brings you opportunity. He brings you luck. He brings you expansion. He brings you growth. He is, sometimes after a very, very hard period, The Knight of Cups represents the wish card. With the energy of Pisces, the energy of Pisces is that it has this overarching theme of universal love, unconditional love, okay? But then the negative of that card can be pretending like you don't need anything else, okay? Like you got everything you need, all right? I'm willing to give up that 10th cup because I'm fine exactly where I am. And we are moving, we can see, we want to be at a 10. We haven't gotten there yet, and I think there's an opportunity that has come about for some of you. Maybe there's some legal issues in terms of deciding whether or not you go through with this or not. Maybe it's just a determination, a decision to be made. And in one respect, I say yes with this Lover's card because the Lover's card speaks to a choice. Choice between head and heart. Do I go into this relationship because this is the person I really care about? Or am I going into this relationship because there's something they can do for me? Okay? Or am I denying a relationship because I feel as though I don't need anything? Am I kicking back an offer of love or an offer of partnership because I'm a doctor and that person waits table at Denny's? Inequality. Not on the same level. Now, whatever this wish card is, this 9 of Cups, we see that someone moved away from it. Here it is. I think they've moved away from it to really kind of contemplate it. I think in one respect, they feel that it's a loaded situation. And the reason why I say that is this card represents moving from troubled waters to calmer, smoother waters. I don't know if for some of you this is about a trip or a visit or maybe even a move by water, around water, near water. But basically the card is about, you know, you can't outrun yourself. Wherever you go, there you are. So even if you've moved away from this situation, there's still some thoughts that you have surrounding it. So you haven't gotten away from it completely. And maybe this is about you had to take a time out from this. You really just had to get away so that you can clear your head. It's bringing up too much, I don't know, upheaval. We see that the swords are at rest. So to me, it doesn't speak to, I don't see any fights here. I don't see any conflict here. I just see somebody perhaps even trying to figure out where it is they want to go with a particular relationship. They're not sure about it. And they may also have another option there. Okay, I don't know if this other option is another, you know, offer or a temptation of an offer, or if it is simply someone who's trying to really understand how they feel about the situation. Now, if I look down here on the past vertical column, you know, this is about a manifestation of a real partnership and one that is beneficial on every level. There's the caduceus there. So this is about your health improving. This is about being more creative. This is about somebody who supports you in everything that you do. You are really a pair. I would say in one respect, in looking at this manifestation card here, it was a match made in heaven, so to speak. Okay? And it has really been a gift brought to you through the universe. But this is a coins card. Now, we can say in one respect that this particular partnership that has manifested itself up is going to give you an opportunity for a new financial path. Okay? See that path there, right? There's lilies there. And lilies represent a time of peace and calm. But the coins also represent the physical plane, and they represent the doing of something. And what is the value that I'm placing in what I do? As humans, we only have the physical plane in which we can relate. So whatever this new opportunity is that's being presented to you is just that. It's an opportunity. But know that it's also going to require work. If there's a value in it, what are you willing to do? Well, you're going to have to take a new path in order to find that answer out. Now, what's interesting is, again, I have this 2 of Cups. So we see that the relationship has manifested itself. But then here comes the Knight of Cups, and he takes his cup away to some, so maybe there is somebody else there. Maybe there is a third party that has come in. This is a more fully fledged type of offer here. Okay? And he can represent somebody who is extremely skittish, who can promise you the moon and the stars, but then right when you're asking him to deliver it to you, he kind of takes off on you. Why does he take off on you? Well, because he's fickle. Why? Because he really is very scared of this, and or she, and therefore will kind of skitter away to see what else is out there. So this can sometimes be the energy of somebody who kind of thinks that the grass is always greener on the other side in one respect. This is a new offer in some respect. It's not as fully fledged as this one, okay? And there's some level of abundance and also some level of surprise with this. Now, again, I'm picking up like around water, by water, near water. Right down the center, we've got this lake, and then we've got these little puddles of water, this stream. But here's a beach scene. This Eight of Swords here. The Eight of Swords represents the energy of of feeling victimized, of feeling sorry for yourself, of feeling like you don't have any options. You really don't see a way out of this, which is quite an odd thing because of these cups across the center. It also means that you're not in a position to accept it. Matter of fact, you don't even want to see the offer. You don't want to think about it. You don't want to deal with it. You don't want to put your hands on it. You just kind of want to stay where you are. Well, here's the Justice card. And the Justice card, really, it speaks to a decision that is either coming up or has to be made. Okay? And I'm trying to see everything you've wished for has come in, but you gotta be willing to accept it. Here we see, yeah, I do think there might be a third person involved in this in some way, shape, or form. Let's go to the Sibyllus. This is a kind of a perplexing spread. There are no wands here. There are no wands. It's heavily, heavily weighted towards cups. And the Lover's card is sometimes the choice of what am I trying to say? Following your heart or following your head. And that can be very, very tough. So say, for instance, you have a choice between two people. One person you really, really love a lot, really. You gel on every level, and it's a good relationship. But then there may be some situation, I don't know, something that you're dealing with where the other person or the other offer offers you a way out. So it's not necessarily that there's a true love there, but you know that that person can help you move through whatever this thing is that you're trying to go through. And maybe that's the choice here. Okay? Do I marry for love or do I marry for money? That kind of thing, you know? But it doesn't have an ugly feel to it. That's it. Now here is the Emperor. And the Emperor is about logic and fairness, reason. It's about really getting a handle on your emotions and making objective decisions. He didn't get to be the Emperor by giving everything away. Okay? So, you know, I just did a reading for somebody else. And this could also be, and I don't know why this is coming, But justice can also stand for a legal issue. And for some of you, this could be about some kind of prenup. I can't determine, I can't go through with it, with the offer, unless I have some kind of assurances or the scales are evenly weighted. The Emperor. Because he didn't become the Emperor by giving everything away. Okay? That's quite interesting. And maybe this is that the person thinks that the offer won't be accepted, or they don't see it going through, or they're not even sure if they should. Isn't that interesting? You know, the first card I want to look at is this, you know, this could also be because maybe in a past relationship, one that was perhaps the same thing, and that was a prosperous, very beneficial relationship on all levels. But perhaps something occurred and they had to move away from that relationship. Well, now they've been presented with another relationship. Maybe they thought that it was never going to happen again, and there it is. But they got burned the last time. We don't know what that Six of Swords is telling us. They got burned the last time because they were too trusting, perhaps. They were... So there may be some kind of legal thing is what I keep picking up. You know, yeah, I want to do this. It's everything I've ever wanted. Here's my offer, but, you know, I can't go through with it until we can get the legalities of it straight. Isn't that interesting? I still say that one offer is more fleshed out than the other. So let's see what the Six of Swords is telling us. Because in one respect, it's like somebody just completely walking away from something that they really wanted and hoped for a long time. For a long time. Let me look at something. Hold on one second. I want to look at something. I don't even know what I'm doing. I've been up working, trying to see what I can do to salvage whatever it is. Yeah. Now, it would be interesting if this card was here, because that's about giving up one path for another. But this is someone moving toward a choice. Okay? So now what I want to look at, this is not a reversed energy that I'm picking up, but this is about incompatibility, someone being uncooperative. It could be about unrequited love and really just being disconnected from the head and the heart. Someone who might be emotionally insensitive. Now, I want to see what this Six of Swords is all about. Okay, if maybe that will give us some indication or some clue. It's just a strange, odd. La Donna de Servizio. She's like an action verb. She's an action card. So yes, we know that it was positive for this to move away from this situation. But it also speaks to the helpfulness that this manifestation has brought about. That's a lot of abundance cups. This is really your cup kind of runneth over, so to speak. She speaks to housework and errands, so there's a helpful quality to this. That changed through some type of, I don't know, something being taken or stolen, or the perception of something being taken or stolen. It was a negative change, whatever it was. Now, here is the sacerdote. Now, the sacerdote speaks to a priest, a counselor. He could also speak about marriage. He speaks about a single man. It's almost like the cards are saying that the person just, maybe there was a rejection. Maybe there was, maybe that's the unrequited love that we're seeing. Something positive came in, but then something negative came in, and now we see this sacerdote. Now, the sacerdote, this is the 14th century priest, and in those days, they had hidden families, they owned property, they had money, they had vices. So this could sometimes be about somebody hiding something as well. And maybe that's why they had to move away from the situation. Okay? There's something hidden. There's something that the person is keeping very close to them. See the folds of the... And they had to move away. Let's look at the Lovers. Wow. Well, I don't even know what to make of that. Because what we see is a choice made that was, that's the Tower card, the house on fire. This is a very, very misfortunate event, whatever this choice was. Maybe it is the choice to move away from this. Maybe there was something negative about it in one respect. Maybe that's an unrequited love that we're talking about. See that? But here's the domestico. And the domestico is also, oddly enough, a servant, a helper. But he can also be a collaborator. And he can also be someone who, he's kind of a sleazy kind of a guy. You don't really know what his motivations are. Whatever his motivations are, but it could also be the man returning. Wow. I have stopped pretending to know what the story is sometimes behind the cards, because I don't know. Let's look at the 8 of Swords. Wow. An unforeseen message from far away, or a message somebody doesn't want to deal with. The ammalato, the sick person. Remember I said somebody feeling sorry for themselves. Maybe trying to look to the future, but not really seeing that. Okay. Or this could be that a message came in that made the person very sad that, hey, I'm kind of moving on. I would say in one regard that if whatever this is at the top was the reason, remember I said this can sometimes be a separation, that the Lover's card just speak to a separation. There's a disconnect between the two people in some way. We see that someone has moved away, and they're moving, I guess, to a choice, or trying to justify whatever their reason was for moving away from this. This is also represents Gemini. Gemini is a twin, so there's a real duality there. You know, maybe somebody running hot and cold. I don't know. And so if that's the case, and somebody goes, you know what, fuck that, I'm not dealing with that, I'm leaving. Well, now, perhaps the person is in this space. The message came through, You know, that really, I can't do that. So I've got to move on. And now, here we are. We don't quite know what to make of where we are or where we find ourselves now. And we're kind of stuck, perhaps thinking that we have no options. But really, the card, if it's the victim mentality card, it really is the idea that we placed ourselves in that situation. Okay, so there's really, we shouldn't be feeling sorry for ourselves. Nobody did this to you. You know, it may have been through your own actions or deeds that you now find yourself in this place. And that's perhaps why that sad message is, hey, I'm leaving. I gotta go. I want to look at the Justice card. This is a really odd. You know, it almost reads like the person moved to make a different choice, but now that choice has really just kind of gone up in flames. And now the scales are being rebalanced. There's not the Jupiter card, the Wheel of Fortune here, but we do have a representation of Jupiter in Pisces. And that is a very, very karmic aspect. Ah, well, isn't that something? Isn't that something? I do feel that this is what the card's saying. The cards are saying that somebody met, there was a, I'm going to put, let me, before I give you this, let me just pull cards on this Nine of Cups here. Because that's the wish. So if you put out a call to the universe to bring you somebody and that person showed up, but then you find there's some kind of fault that you find with the person, whatever the reason may be, just remember you put the call out to the universe. And usually the person who comes into our life that changes our lives, that changes a perception, that makes our life much better, doesn't look like the person we've been fantasizing about, is not as tall or as handsome or as thin or as rich perhaps as we have fantasized about, not as beautiful, not as curvaceous, whatever the case may be. The person is imperfect. And so it is through the acceptance of those perfect imperfections that the universe has asked you to choose. Here, you have been asking for someone to come into your life. Here, I have presented you with someone. So now you have to, but you decide that you don't want to, that person, there's something wrong with them. You know, it's not exactly as I envisioned it. It's not exactly as you know, I want. It's not, the person is not this, they're not that, they're not that, they're not that. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go off and find the exact idea of what it is that I'm looking for. But then you find yourself in this position with this Eight of Swords here. That is, I think the universe has sent someone, for whomever this message is for. I think the universe has really sent you someone who is meant to bring you this kind of energy. A stability. A stability, okay? To help you increase your territories, to help you think clearer, to help you be more successful, to step into a leadership position. Again, whether this is female or male, same-sex or heterosexual, the message is still clear. Fours represent power, structure, stability, logic. Let's see what the Nine of Cups is telling us. Oh, girl, he's so cute. But you know what? He driving a Hyundai, and I've been looking for a dude that's driving a Lexus. But that dude that's driving the Hyundai would drink your dirty bath water, right? And the guy who's driving a Lexus can't be bothered to give you the time of day. So I think that this is what the cards are speaking about, is the recognition that whatever call that you have put out into the universe in terms of whatever partnership that you've been wanting or you've been desiring, that you've been praying for, hoping for, wishing for, manifesting up, has come and been presented to you. But for some reason, it wasn't good enough. See, the person's running away from something. That's how it starts out. They're running away from something. But while they're running away, looking over their shoulder, they run into somebody that they can trust, who is a confidant, who is a friend, who, for all intents and purposes, is someone that you can communicate with, okay? You can plan things with. You can toss ideas around. You can share life experiences with. You can, the person could be quite knowledgeable or very, very entertaining, because we see that these people standing around the table are hanging on that woman's every word, okay? So it's kind of like while somebody's running away from whatever they're running away from, but they still were manifesting up something, they run right into it. But they're too busy looking back over the past, which brings me to this card. The three cards that came out on this is the Constellante Sorpresa. So this tells me that, yeah, well, you know, that really wasn't, the person ain't as tall as I want him to be, or the person ain't, I don't know, teeth ain't as straight as I want him to be, or hair ain't as long as I want it to be. You know, it was okay. I'll accept that. I was looking for, you know, big treasure, but what I got with this little bag. It's okay. I'll take it. But that little bag, stop biting me, has the ability to bring about something new and wonderful. A balance. Fairness, equality, acceptance. That in the end, you discover is exactly what you need and what you've been dreaming of all along. It's right here. That's a consolation. This is success that I've been dreaming of my whole life. Everything that I've ever wanted. Isn't that funny? Well, the cards don't tell me, you know, how this is going to end up or play out. I just think it's a karmic lesson, which is quite interesting, because I only have sometimes the choices we may make them based upon objective criteria. And we end up finding that that was the wrong thing to do, when we should have, yeah, chosen from our heart. This is about the truth of upholding what that angel represents. That's Raphael, the angel of love. It may not be easy. That mountain is indicative of a challenge, okay? But you don't get to appreciate that challenge. You don't get to celebrate that judgment that comes in, that the finality of a situation, without going through those particular challenges. This could be about someone who's really trying to rectify the duality within themselves. I don't know, maybe someone is considering coming out. Maybe they haven't, you know, they're living a double life. Sometimes that's what that card can mean. But it can also be about the truth of taking a look at the real reasons objectively that you can't make the decision that you need to make. Okay? I don't think I explained that properly, but all right, I want you to formulate one question in your mind. That was a strange reading. And maybe, you know, with all of the cups, that's the card's way in one sense of talk, because Pisces is ruled by Neptune, the higher octave, the greater love, the truth of unconditional love. And maybe there's been some confusion around that. I would say so, with that Lovers and that Six of Swords. And maybe now that Neptune's going to go retrograde, maybe we can gain some clarity, because sometimes the Justice card can speak to the truth of a situation, some clarity. All right, one card. If you believe, head over heart, the Nine of Cups and the Justice card. If you believe that the universe has sent you a situation, and it is something that you know that you've been wanting your whole life, sometimes the fear of that can make us behave in manners or ways where we self-sabotage ourselves. Because perhaps deep down we feel we don't really deserve that thing that we've been pining for and wanting for and desiring our whole lives. That suddenly, when the universe brings you this gift, you run away from it because you're afraid of it. You know, human behavior is just strange. So, I don't know. All right, we're going to pull one Heart Oracle Tarot. Just laughing because it's such a paradox. You know, it's a synchronicity. It's a I can't even say it. It's a synchronicity and a paradox. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What you're going to do is take the lead. Well, there is that Emperor card. There. This is the Three of Wands. Well, isn't that something? All right. Isn't that something? I don't know what I'm more upset about, my website or the fact that we went out fishing all night and didn't catch nothing. It was good to be on the water, though. I was just thinking about that redfish I had to throw back because it was 2 inches too short. But what? All right, if you believe, what you need right now is faith. You can have what you desire, but you must believe that it can be so. Stay positive and visualize the outcome you're hoping for. Set aside all negativity or pessimism in favor of a sunny outlook. The law of attraction, that Nine of Cups with that Justice card, the law of attraction brings to us what we expect to receive. If our perception is that we deserve great things, then we will attract happiness. If we fall into doubt and don't believe in our own self-worth, then our experience will match that energy. And I think that's what that Six of Swords and Eight of Swords, you know, maybe it's not the person finds any fault with you. Maybe it's they find fault with themselves. Okay. Maybe they don't think that they're worth anything. And then somebody comes along to say, you know what? I think you're the greatest thing since sliced bread. But we don't believe them. What are you going to do? Believe in yourself and your cherished dreams. That's what you're going to do. I think you put the call out there and the universe has answered. And now you don't know what the hell to do about it. You're supposed to take the lead. Let's look at this. Take the lead. The keywords are enthusiasm, initiative, grounding, and creativity. Okay, and in one respect, you can't really see that. it looks like a heart being lit on fire. Someone's heart has been touched. Okay? It's like they literally stuck their hand inside of you and breathed a new life into you. That's what I'm getting from this card. Strong energies for success are around you and new opportunities are opening up. Tap into this energy to fire up your relationships and bring you all that you desire regarding matters of the heart. Call down the divine flame to ignite your passion and show you the way to achieve your deepest wishes. Don't wait for the other person to make a move. Take the initiative and be bold. Now is not the time for the status quo. And that could be that emperor energy, just kind of sitting back. I don't need anything. I'm just going to wait. Yeah, whatever. Use this beautiful fiery energy to explore new possibilities. How can you spice up a current relationship? How about learning a new skill with your friend or taking the family on a special vacation? If you're looking for a new relationship, think creatively and try new ways of meeting someone. What this requires is stepping out of your comfort zone and being a little daring. Now look, I don't know who needed that message. I do hope it helped somebody out there. I got to go call down a divine flame to figure out what the hell's going on with my website. So I hope that message helped, and I'm sorry for the lateness of it. And thank you for allowing me to read for you. And I will see you soon. Oh, don't forget, if you want a reading or anything since the website's down, please contact me through the messaging section here of my channel. You can come over or contact me through the various social media things that I'm on. You can find all of that in the About box section. So until next time, namaste. Oh yeah, my turnaround time is 24 to 72 hours from time of receipt of payment and booking form. All right, namaste.